Oh, that's exciting.
That was exciting, starting our trip off with a nice car crash.
That's exciting.
That was exciting, starting our trip off with a nice car crash.
That's exciting.
That was exciting, starting our trip off with a nice car crash.
Oh, Ben.
That's exciting.
That was exciting, starting our trip off with a nice car crash. Because he was old, I kind of left. I didn't know what to do. There's no ambulance in front of Smokes Poutine, but there's an ambulance in front of the Nutrition Plus Community Health Market. I didn't know what to do. Community Health Market. Holy shit.
Good day, Domik Nation and Just For You crew. Welcome to the vlog. As many of you guys know through my social media, Ben was in a very terrible car accident.
With KDRC, you get the receipts. Here is Ken Domik 2 years ago reporting on his son's car accident. It's like, oh, as many of you know, we very much appreciated your cards and letters. Because Ben was in a terrible car accident. It was not a terrible car accident. The car got smushed. Ben himself was in the hospital the same day. He even says in this vlog, well, he's back having chicken soup. So it's like, the son is fine. And what Ken did with this whole vlog was exploit the living daylights out of it to get some more views. I mean, take a look at Ken Domik. I mean, he doesn't bring talent to the table. He brings exploitation of everything. And he's going to go on to say, well, I was vlogging that day. So yeah, I know he's driving around chasing junk food with his car and shooting video of himself at the same time. He's actually a menace to have on the highway.
So we're headed up to Barrie, do our shoot, get back home, because Carl's coming. I'm working with a client named Carl. Some of you guys know who Carl is, some of you guys don't.
Notice that Ken does not have a camera mounted in the floor of the car. He's holding it with his right hand. He's also talking to it, and he's driving with one hand. And when he says, oh crap, that's how he describes a car accident that's further on in front of him. So just notice that, you know, he's playing with the camera with his right hand, which is not mounted, and he's driving with one hand and talking to the camera at the same time. Dangerous driving right there.
And he owns a fishing show. We have to do a show. Oh crap. We have to do a show Monday and Wednesday. So Tuesday's good to go. And but
that is one hand on the camera, the other hand on his nose, driving at highway speeds, and no hands on the wheel. During winter driving conditions too. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Domik, YouTuber, full-time, professional food reviewer.
So that means I have to shoot a video today and edit it today so that I'm free tomorrow for my client. Look at this crap.
Heard what he said? Look at this crap. So everyone is slowing down because there's an accident up ahead. And what does Ken Domik say? His first reaction, look at this crap. What do you feel when you see an accident up on the road? The way I feel about it is somebody up there might be dead or dying. Someone might have a minor injury. Someone might have a major injury. They may have lost a leg. Is the ambulance going to get there in time? Is the ambulance already there? Somewhere up on the road, there's another human being in pain. Somewhere up on the road, there's a tragedy probably taking place. And all that Ken Domik thinks of is, oh, look at this crap! So, when his son gets injured in a car accident, and the son is out of hospital in one day, he still makes a vlog and says, thank you very much. As you might have known, it's been a horrible accident. thank you for all your love. The cards and letters. And later on, I'm going to do a completely staged piece and go to the yard of the automobile wrecker and walk up to the car and
Oh, Ben.
And for everybody else, it's, oh, look at this crap. Yeah, there's somebody dead up there. Oh, look at this crap. Somebody just lost a leg, being rushed to the hospital. Oh, look at this crap. That is what a sociopath is. He expects you to send him money and to take an interest and to make him look like a hero when anything happens to him, yet when anything happens to anyone else, it's crap. If that was you up there on the road, ladies and gentlemen of the KDRC audience, Ken Dog would think to himself, you are crap, and are about to slow him down on his way to eating junk food by maybe half an hour, maybe 15 minutes. You want some more Ken Domik here?
Oh boy. It has stopped. I have no idea how far. No. No.
There are many things in this world which are disgusting to behold. And one of those things is a man-child. Ken is fully grown. He's well out of his 20s, he's out of his 30s, he's out of his 40s, he's into his 50s. You know, he's got a little bit of hair. He's lost most of it, so he shaves the whole thing off. He's got a beard. It's going gray. That's easily a full-grown, middle-aged man. And inside, he's an angry little boy. Like somebody up there in front of him is in a serious accident. That's why everybody stopped, okay? Because that means there's a mess all over the highway. And all Ken can do is think about himself and the fact that he's going to be 15 minutes late to get to Tim Hortons to have his double-double and his loaded fries. No, no. And keep in mind, he's holding a camera with his right hand and swinging it around, and that's what he's giving you, the audience of his channel. No. Any man-child is a disgusting thing to look at. And that's why he shut this channel down for more than half a month. He made 3 completely fraudulent, illegal copyright strikes. Because he's a princess. He's a little girl. He's a man-child. He's an angry little boy wearing a man's body. He's just a jerk. He's just a crybaby. He's immature. He is ridiculous. He's evil. He has a silly little temper on him. Somebody up there is in huge problem. That means there's a mess all over the roads, you know? The cars are all over the place, people all over the place, and he's frowning because it's going to slow him down a little bit. No, this crap. So, he did this like 2 years ago. So we don't have to be surprised that when he was reviewing Smoke's Poutine just a little while back, he's like, oh, someone's being taken to an ambulance. And so I was like, well, I got this amazing footage of me vlogging.
Did question what I was doing, which most people in restaurants do ask, because I was like taking pictures of the food, holding the food up, taking pictures of me with the food, then walking around the table and videotaping. I said, you know, this is what I do for a living, and I was kind of waiting for him to say, well, you can't eat here. Because I remember going in there like a year ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and talking to the manager and explaining what I do, and I'd like to eat at your restaurant, but I want to eat inside the restaurant. And I don't recall her ever getting back to me, or she just said, you know, by the time it gets to corporate, they'll say no. And so it just kind of fell apart, and I've never done an Applebee's video since. Yeah, a bunch of cars are in the ditch here. So I'll show you when we go by.
What was that? There's a bunch of cars in the ditch here? I'll show you when we go by? Don't you wear the YouTube shirt all the time? Don't you wear the YouTube cap all the time? There are cars in the ditch, so they have been involved in an accident? And you're gonna show us as you go by? Did you say that? The YouTube policy says, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the descriptions noted below. Footage, audio, or imagery involving road accidents. Road accidents. You're not supposed to shoot footage and post it involving road accidents, road accidents, road accidents, road accidents! Why does YouTube prohibit people from shooting footage of road accidents? To prevent cheap bastards like Kenneth Bernard Domik from doing it. From driving by and chuckling at it. And posting it. And making money on it on a monetized channel. And having Sony and Fox Studios running their ads on your monetized channel for, like, you know, video games or a big budget movie. And what are they running their ads in front of? Some goddamn jackass driving by someone else's misfortune making fun of it. You piece of crap.
Oh no, another person went off the ditch. Jeez. With a kid.
With a kid, did you say? So there's a child as part of the accident scene. So that means there's a little kid there, a child who's scared, and their parents were involved in an accident because the little kid was not driving the car there, Ken. You know, it's only because YouTube is so busy that they can't pull people like you off the platform. You need to get off YouTube, and you need to go buy some domain name like the magical productions of Ken Domik, and just start over from scratch with the domain name, and go door to door in your elf village and say, look, I'll do odd jobs, I'll shovel your drive, and then you can buy ads and run them on YouTube and say, please come to YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, please come to my little website. I'm speechless. It's like, you know, I'm done being funny or trying to be angry. It's just, what more is there to say? I say, oh, there's a kid involved. I'm gonna shoot the footage. I'm gonna post it tonight. I'm gonna make some money. Money, because that's what YouTube is for. Just for making money for people like me, Ken Domik, the hack, who has no morality whatsoever.
Oh boy. That's how crazy slippery it is. The things I do for you guys.
Ken Domik, you are insane. There is nobody else that would do this in the food class. It's like, I cannot imagine that, like, Dame Drops would do this. Like, let's say Dame Drops is on his way somewhere in Connecticut to go check some place out. It's like, ooh, look at that! Dang, that's a bad accident. Look what I do for you people! Or like JP and Julia using funny voices, you know, it's like, or Eric Surf 6 is like, oh, take a look, looks like someone's having a hard time. Oh, that looks good. Look what I do for you people. Your personality is already bad enough that you punctuate almost everything you say with people. I'm not here to people. Let's do this, people. That's what I do for you people. Nobody else would do this. Because in the food channel class, you're just supposed to be talking about food. And yet, you let your mental illness get pissed all over your food channel by moments like these. None of those people that I mentioned would do this. Hey, look, it's a roadside accident. Let's go shoot some footage. Wow, look what I do for you people. It's like you're doing everyone a favor. Not only are you a sociopath because you have no feelings for other people. You go to the record yard and you show Ben's car. It's like, oh, Ben!
Oh, Ben.
And you exploit that for views because you want the money. Yet you laugh at people who are going into an ambulance. You laugh at a senior citizen backing into someone else's truck.
Oh!
And you chuckle and make sport of other people having roadside accidents. And you wear the YouTube cap, you wear the YouTube shirt, and you break YouTube policies all the time. Those are real people at the side of the road experiencing tragedy. And you shoot that, and then, like a megalomaniac, you like, look what I do. Look what I do. I'm so great. I'm so great. You people are exploiting me. You people are using me. You should give me money. I deserve your money. Look what I do for you people. You know, people in pain, people with serious injuries, there might even be somebody dead back there. Look what I do for you. Look at this, the look on his face. Look what I do for you people. And then he shuts this channel down because he can't stand it. That he produces disgusting content of this type. And then he cannot take it when someone else criticizes him for it. Well, I'm going to do fraudulent copyright strikes, shut him down. I'm going to try my luck. Maybe he'll bring the channel back, maybe he won't. If I get lucky, YouTube won't pay attention to his appeals and the channel won't be back. And I can just share all my mental illness on my channel. Nobody can do anything about it. I'm Ken Domik. Look what I do for you people. Right, people?
Risk my life.
Did you hear that? He's risking his life. There is tragedy on the side of the road. He is driving at highway speeds, and he keeps looking off to the side, talking to his camera. You know, why does he just drive himself over a cliff somewhere? Why does he have to be talking to his camera while driving at highway speed, where people are already going off the road because the conditions are less than perfect? Here, look at the big smile on his face. Look how self-satisfied he is. How full of himself. There's tragedy off to the side of him. And he's filled with joy because he is a sick excuse for a man. Because you cannot call him a man. He's a man-child. I don't care if he had 2 children. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean you're a man. He's a man-child. He's happy that other people are suffering. And he's telling you that he's risking his life. He's a hero. That's part of being a megalomaniac. He's great. And you're all garbage compared to him. You're lucky that he even makes his videos and you have the privilege of sending him your money. Because he's a hero. He's risking his life. You know who's risking their life right now? The emergency responders who are on the side of the road. Because people like Ken Domik who are playing with his camera, telling stories of trying to get into Applebee's so he can make more stupid videos, are a menace to everyone else on the road. And blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden he hits a bump and something breaks on his car at the same time. He's a menace on the road. He's a menace to YouTube. He needs to get off of YouTube. He breaks their policies all the time.
All right, so we'll see you back at the house. Ciao.
Another hard day at the office, eh, Ken? Check you back at the house. And so I was like, well, I got this amazing footage of me vlogging while the accident was probably happening. And then, it doesn't matter. The whole point of this is that here he is 2 years ago. And it's like, oh, he wanted to be an actor back in the day. He's acting right now. He's acting. He prepared the look on his face, the way he talks, the sappy music that he uses in the background. It's all prepared. It's all contrived and fake. And so, like, well... as you may have heard, Ben was in a horrible car accident, and what does he care for anyone else? That's why he's a sociopath. This was 2 years ago. His son gets in a car accident, he's fine, and, it's very terrible, and now we have this video, this vlog. Welcome to the vlog, Domik Nation. And he goes to the auto wreckers, and he cries, and, yeah, that's Ken. You see, sociopaths and animals only care for themselves. You know, like animals, they protect their own, and then they eat everything else if they get a chance. And human beings are supposed to be a little bit better than that. And Ken is like an animal because he's a sociopath. Like, his own family means something to him, meaning his own flesh and blood, and his own family But that's like an animal does that. Like, you could look at a bunch of insects, like you're watching like the queen bee or something like that. And outside of that, they eat everything. That's an animal. Humans are supposed to be better than that. Then you have a sociopath like Ken. He laughs at somebody else going to an ambulance. He laughs at a senior citizen getting in a car accident.
Nice car crash. Nice car crash.
Oh, bad.
Nice car crash. Nice car crash.
Oh, bad.
That's exciting.
That was exciting, starting our trip off with a nice car crash.
And he shoots footage of the senior citizen getting in a car accident, and then he gives it a sexy title. Car crash, car accident, and he laughs at it with his friend. that was exciting.
That's exciting.
That was exciting, starting our trip off with a nice car crash.
Car accident. Yeah, shoot some footage of it too. Oh, Ben was in a terrible accident. And welcome to the vlog where we're going to... Like, shut up, Ken. So that's the point. That's the point. So, now, after we get the receipts, we're going to examine this properly. First thing, you are not supposed to be shooting footage of road accidents for entertainment purposes. And that is exactly what Ken has done. Ken breaks YouTube policy all the time. And this page of policy also says you're not supposed to shoot footage of bodily fluids. And Ken has shot footage of himself deliberately vomiting. No, I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it. You guys already seen other reaction material that I've made. And so he shows himself deliberately vomiting and trying to induce vomiting out of himself. And so he breaks YouTube policy all the time. And here it is, road accidents. Now, it was not all that serious of an accident. It doesn't matter. It's still violating someone else's privacy. And the distinction here is that Ken Domik is producing an entertainment channel. He's got a gaming channel. He's got a toy channel. He's got the food channel, which he calls the big channel. Then he's got the uncut and raw channel. It's all silly entertainment. And so Ken Domik has got no business shooting footage of a road accident. That's what it means. Anything involving, trucks, cars, motorcycles. It's a road accident, even though it's at a parking lot. He's got no business shooting footage of a vehicular accident, and then he gives it a sexy title. It's like, there's a car accident. And you go, and it's not much of anything. It doesn't matter. He still violated the policy because he's not a serious news channel. He's making sport of this. So that right off the hop, it's against the policy for you to be shooting footage of road accidents for entertainment purposes. You also are going against YouTube policy, giving it a sexy title. So people are thinking like, wow, there's going to be a car accident here. Ken Domik, and you see a senior citizen break taillight. It doesn't matter. It's all wrong. So right before we get started with the footage, you're not supposed to be doing this. YouTube is supposed to be for creative stuff or for people who got serious things to say, not for a clown such as Ken Domik shooting footage of somebody else getting involved in an accident. And what does he do it for? To make money. It's monetized. He should have got a hold of that guy through his license plate number and said, well, I guess I owe you a couple $100 because you provided me with all this entertainment. Ken just takes what he wants and he makes money with it, and then he goes on to something else. He's a sociopath. He does not care. There's no feeling inside of him for what he did to that other person. One of the things that Ken Domik does a lot is to make really rotten, mean, nasty, dirty, salty comments to his audience, and then he deletes them almost immediately after. Like he's drunk a lot of the time, and he makes some bad comments, then he comes back a little bit later and takes them down. For the most part, his meanest sort of comments, he takes them down almost immediately. So you guys know how YouTube works. You can make a comment, and then it takes like a few seconds to go through the email. You get the notification, and it shows up in your YouTube. notifications there, and so you get to hurt the person, and then as long as you take it down off of the channel comments, almost nobody else gets to see it. So Ken does that a lot. The thing is with Ken is that I now have a crew of you guys helping me with this channel. And Ken is a liar, he's a dirtbag, he's dishonest, he's a piece of crap. Really. And so one of my KDRC crew got a screen grab movie of some Ken Domik comments and sent it to me. And like, you guys can be the judge. Do you think that I spent a couple $1,000s and had some computer animator fabricate this thing? This is a totally legitimate screen grab movie. And we got 3 comments here from Ken Domik. And I'm going to get the comments to you guys. And then we're still going to get to the footage, alright? This is like, you know, seeing one of those big rock and roll bands. Like, they're going to leave, like, the big song to the end. And I give you a lot of backstory because these reactions are the best on YouTube. There is nobody else that makes reactions as good, as good and as great as these. These are the very best reactions there are. Like, Ken is not like a huge player by any means. You know, 449,000 subscribers, and like around 100 people show up for his live streams. That shows you how small his audience really is. Yep. These reactions are the best on the platform. And it's a character study. It's also a study as to why anyone would be his audience member when Ken has naked contempt for his own fans. Anyway, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of footage. So, I'm gonna play this for you, and we're gonna single out 3 comments, and then we're gonna get to the footage of the truck crash. It is coming. So, stick with it. There's no way I can do all this in 5 minutes, guys. So, if you want a really excellent and superior reaction, then it takes some time. So, roll the tape. Right there. Ken says, quote, "I was actually going around the truck to stop him from hitting the pickup, but it was too late. I guess you just see what you want to see." Close quote. Just remember what he said, okay? I'm gonna get to that with the footage, right? Okay, let's get to the next quote. Ken says, quote, "Have an awesome weekend, everybody. Remember, ... don't hit and run. It's against the law." Close quote. So he's just mocking everybody. I mean, they're giving him valid criticism. It's like, well, why did you do that? Why didn't you help? Why are you shooting the footage, uploading it on your channel, making money from it? So, I mean, this is the mind of Ken Domik. He's not intelligent, and he's not a good person. So he just does his evil things, and you know, it's like there's no point in trying to argue with him on his channel. So you know, like, come here, hang out, and make your comments here, and subscribe here, and make this channel stronger. So this is just like an example that it's pointless trying to talk reason to an unreasonable person and trying to share goodness with an individual that is evil. So, like, he thinks it's all funny, and like, this is a sociopath part of it, because like, he doesn't care what he did to that senior citizen. I'm gonna get to, you know, when I get to the footage, this reaction is going to be even better. So, like, there's no point in trying to talk to him. Like, he enjoys being mean to people. It makes people such as Ken Domik, they get a big thrill out of it, and they also get a minor thrill out of good people trying to set them straight, and they just laugh at your efforts. So, that was a good example. Let's get back to the third one. Here is the third and last example. Quote, OMG! Good thing it was just a taillight! What a bunch of whiny little princesses! Wow! So easily triggered, LOL. Like I said, have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Close quote. This illustrates, once again, that it is a waste of your effort trying to reach a sociopath with explaining good feelings and doing the right thing. And like, he's not attracted to that sort of thing. He enjoys being mean to people, and then he enjoys it when you try to set him straight. So it's just a waste of effort. Like, if you want to go check his channel out and see what he is doing, and like that's cool. Like, you could even post links to his videos on this channel. I don't care. For the most part, like his 449,000 subscribers, the vast bulk of those have forgotten about him years and years and years and years ago. Like, when he does a live stream, he can't hide the numbers. He gets like around 100 to 200 people. I mean, that's not even 1% tuning in for his live streams. So, like, don't waste your effort trying to... Sorry for repeating myself a little bit. It's just like, Ken repeats himself. So I like to repeat myself in a good way to advise you guys, don't try to talk reason and goodness to people who are unreasonable and evil. Just, if you want to put some effort into it, like, go check his videos and then come back, comment here. And subscribe here and share this channel too, because you can all be part of it. Of course, Ken wanted to take away your opportunity to speak here by filing 3 fraudulent copyright strikes. And when it comes to being a princess, like, I was going to put pictures of princesses here, and it's just too much work. I mean, I put in hours and hours and hours of this thing. What money am I getting back? None. And, that's cool too, because, I just like having the opportunity to share my voice and have you guys share your voice here too. It's like, so, I was going to say, like, Princess Diana, she could kick his ass. And Princess Leia Organa, she could kick his ass too. So it's like, for me to say that Ken is a princess does a disservice to princesses. And when I said earlier that, like, oh, Ken, you're like a little girl. Like, little girls, little boys, everybody is more, like, macho and strong than Ken. And, like, Ken is like another creature entirely. He's just like a jellyfish and a weasel put together or something like that. So it's like, he calls us all princesses. And he's such a princess that he couldn't take criticism, and he shut this channel down for 2 weeks with fraudulent copyright strikes. And YouTube was fair. Hey, we got the channel back, right? And it's just that there's still 2 more strikes to get rid of, and Ken is a fraud. He's a con artist because he conned me out of my real name and address by filing false copyright strikes. And, well, that's a whole other story. It's just that YouTube is very busy, and I'm a capitalist, right? And I appreciate that YouTube lets us have all of this opportunity when you have to pay for it. Doesn't cost anything. So, anyway, for Ken to be calling anyone a princess, he's the biggest princess, and not in a good way. He's just like, well, he uses the word princess. He's like a combination between a jellyfish and a weasel. So, now it's time for us to get to the footage. Oh, okay, so let's get to it. I got some music, I got some cartoons. What can I do? Okay, let's get going with it.
All right. Breakfast is done. We are moving on.
Have another beer, Ken. Hey, maybe you should try something else. Don't do shots like this. Just, from the upper chest to the head. That's it. Just eliminate this sort of shot from your repertoire of available shots, please and thanks. Like, hey, nobody needs to see that, Put that away. Put that away. Or just have another beer. Put that away, and, you don't have to show it to anybody. You just keep drinking. Do another live stream. You can drink another 12 beers in 3 hours, and it's a good look. Just you just cut it out of the shot. You figure out how to use your editing suite. I'm sure that you can take a course online or something like that so you don't look so completely stupid. Just trying to help you there, Ken. Thanks.
We're gonna. Paul forgot his towel, his bathroom towel. Carol reminded me at the last second, so thanks, Carol. But Paul needs one for this trip because we are going. It's not just one day; it's 3 days.
Seriously, Ken, did you just get fatter in less than a minute? I could email you and tell you how to work this and video 101 productions. Like you could see, I'm just trying to help, Ken. Like you're scaring everybody away with that. Oh boy. Oh, we're all so embarrassed for Ken. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well.
You might need showers. Well, you're definitely gonna need showers.
One second from now, we are going to play all of the footage of the truck crash incident. It will be played twice. The first time we'll have all the criticisms of it, and the second time we'll just run through with no editing. So, let's get started!
Well, that stop was a bust.
Next stop, the US of A.
That's right. Next stop. Uh-oh.
Right there, at that moment, Ken Domik says, because even he can get, along with everyone else, that there's a minor accident about to happen. There is a clear path from where Ken Domik is to the open driver's side window of that van, which is about to back into the truck behind it. There's no traffic between that van and Ken and Paul. Both of them could have done something. And what Ken does is he shoots footage of other people all the time to make money with it on YouTube. He violates the privacy of other people. He violates the rights of private property owners. Right now, you and me and everyone else would walk over there, not running, screaming at the guy, just, an accelerated walk, and wave and say, "Oh, sorry, sir, look over there, and you're just about to back into the truck." Ken is thinking to himself, this means money. And even if it means like $20 or $200, it doesn't matter. He is a scavenger and does not respect the privacy rights of other people. Let's get a closer look at this. The window is open, and there is a clear line from where Ken is straight to that door to say, wait. You could even call out to him because the window is open, and he would have heard you. And instead of that, Ken Domik is thinking, let's make some more money by shooting footage of people without their permission.
I'm gonna have a problem. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna get out.
Ken says that there is going to be a problem, and he doesn't know how that man is going to get out. So what does he do? He could have been waving at him and saying, "Oh, sir, please stop there. There's going to be..." We would have done the same thing. It's just sad. You see a senior citizen, he's about to mess up his vehicle and someone else's. What does Ken do? He moves in a little bit closer, yet he maintains his angle, right? Because he wants to get a little bit better shot. And he says it to Paul. There's going to be a problem, now he's going to get out of there. So he's anticipating what's going to happen. He keeps the camera running. Instead of going to help, he makes sure he documents the problem that this man is going to have. And Paul, we are losing respect for him because he stands there too. I guess he doesn't have a will of his own to make his own decisions with.
He's gonna hit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you hear Ken and Paul? It was Ken who said he's gonna hit, isn't he? And then Paul said, yeah. Now I boosted the sound on that. So if you want, I can't go backwards, right? Because it spoils the flow of this thing. So if you want to hear them say it again, go watch it later, or just jump back for a little bit and check it. It's like, he's gonna hit, isn't he? Yeah. So they both know it's gonna happen. Ken is shooting the video for laughs and entertainment and money on this platform, and Paul is just standing right along with him. So much respect lost for Paul there. So, let's keep going. Please and thanks.
He's hit it. He hit it.
Now, did you hear that laugh from Ken Domik? He's laughing at the man. That's a senior citizen over there, okay? He's about to damage his vehicle, and Ken Domik, the average Joe, very friendly Canadian knucklehead, the donut-loving, coffee-loving, hockey-loving, average Canadian friendly person there, Ken Domik, is not acting like the average Canadian. Like, I am Canadian. I'm embarrassed by Ken Domik. For all you people who are watching this, and, you guys, my audience are all over the world, Canadians are not like this. Canadians are known for being polite. We're not very exciting. We're not very aggressive. We have some cool Canadians, we're not super cool or anything. We are known as being polite, and Ken Domik is a jackass. He's standing there laughing at somebody else, a senior citizen who is in distress. And he's shooting the footage to make money with it on YouTube. He should be banned from YouTube entirely. They should just give him a warning and say, look, Ken, download all your garbage. You're off YouTube. That's it. You had a good 10-year run. If this is what you're doing, shooting footage of a senior citizen in distress, so you can literally stand there and laugh at him. It's like I showed you the footage earlier, right? Where Ken said, oh, I was just going to go over and help. Ken is a liar. Ken is a liar. Ken Domik 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 is a liar. He's standing there, enjoying, laughing, and hoping that this man gets into some trouble. So, I can't go backwards, like I said, or else I would, like, get that little clip and play it over and over. It'd be like Ken going, Go back and check it again yourself. Ken Domik is laughing at a senior citizen in distress. He is also violating that senior citizen's privacy, and he is violating the private property rights of Canadian Tire, because Ken is not here to shop now. He is here to shoot entertainment footage to make money with on YouTube. He's exploiting the senior citizen and Canadian Tire too.
He's gonna hit the post.
Listen carefully to what happens next. Listen carefully to what happens next, because it goes by fast, and I can't go backwards with this thing. I can stop and explain things, yet I can't go backwards with it. So, when I use the Ken Domik footage to make reaction materials, I leave the sound levels alone. And for this, I'm going to boost them. So it goes by fast, and even with the boosted sound levels, you still have to listen for it, right? Now, keep in mind that Ken said, in reply to his critics, oh, you princesses, it's just a little tail ends, and I was actually coming around to help. Ken is a liar. Ken is a liar. You start to hear him laugh. Now, if you or I were there, we would have been going straight for that open window to say to the guy, oh, don't, stop there, don't back up for that. You hear Ken start to laugh, and he says, let's go around this way. He's enjoying it. Ken is a sick person. Like, can you imagine, like, Dane Drops doing this? Can you imagine Eric Sir 6 doing this? Can you imagine JP or Julia doing this? Ken is an evil man. I mean, like, he needs to be off YouTube, and he's going to keep doing this sort of thing. This is how he treats people. And I don't know how he gets away with it. So you hear him, he starts to laugh. Let's go around this way. And he wants to get the shot of the crash. He doesn't want to go towards that man and help him. So it's more than just being angry. This is sad. So pay attention. He laughs. He says, let's go this way.
I'm going around this way.
Do I lie? No, it is Ken Domik who lies. When he called his critics a bunch of princesses, says, oh, I was just coming around there to help. Ken is walking away from the man. Ken was closer to the man when he was where he was earlier, where he should have walked straight to him, to his door, and said, please, sir, watch, you're going to back into some... He's laughing and coming over here to make sure he gets the crash itself. What can we say of what Ken does? Like, there's a shadow. There's a shadow of the piece of crap. There's a shadow. He's laughing. He's walking towards what's going to be a crash. And he can't wait to get the footage. And, let me stop it right here. You see that sign? That is the disabled sign. Take one very good look at it. Okay? That's the disabled sign. Okay. Now back here. That truck is owned by a disabled man. Now, of course, it's a man, right? No woman wants to buy a truck like that. And if it's disabled, yeah, I mean, this is so sad. Really. Like, this is another older man. He's disabled. He's got back problems. He's got, other mobility problems. It's a guy. That's why he's a Canadian Tire. Guys like to buy trucks. And, like, if it's a younger man, it's even worse, because then it means he probably is missing a leg. Or missing an arm. And here comes Ken Domik, who's going to shoot footage of a disabled man's vehicle on private property. It's all part of the fun and games for Ken to exploit someone else to make money. And when we come around the front for the license plate that Ken shows, I'm going to stop it again. Just keep in mind now that this is a disabled person's truck. Ken is shooting footage of it. And he's shooting footage of it on private property. All to make money for himself.
Okay.
Now this is just about a second or a second and a half away from the accident itself. And Ken Domik, as I explained, is shooting a disabled man's vehicle without his permission. He's shooting on private property. And you see how he's behind this pillar? And behind another section where it marks off where the parking spots are. Ken has actually walked further away. Because he's got to come around this truck first. And then he's got to go in between these two trucks. So he gets to the spot of the crash where it's going to happen. And you see how you can see the license plate? Now, a lot of you guys watch this stuff on your devices, and like the screen is really tiny. So just for a little bit, I'm going to show you that the license plate is visible. Here we go. There it is. And you know what it takes for Ken to pixel that out? Like a couple of minutes. It's just he doesn't care about other people. Okay, away from it. And we're just about to the accident itself. And I want to show you the difference, because this is why I call Ken a sociopath. Because he's doing mean things to other people to make money. He doesn't have any feelings for other people and their privacy. Yet Ken feels differently about himself. Before he shot this video, he bought the new van, right? And while he was showing off his van, he showed you all over the van. And this is how Ken takes care of himself. Now, remember, we're almost at the accident. This is how Ken takes care of himself.
I bought these at the last second. I also tinted these windows for the food reviews.
Ken Domik tinted the windows because he doesn't want people watching him while he is doing his job of eating garbage in his car and pretending to do reviews. Because all he ever says is tangy, savory. Oh, time to go to Tim Hortons again. Oh, this is tangy, savory. They're not food reviews. He's just eating. And that is all that is happening. And he doesn't like people to watch him. He doesn't like people to be taking pictures and video of him. Ken Domik prefers privacy. Ken Domik will not tolerate it. If you drive to his house and you say, oh, just for you, and clown around a little bit, Ken Domik insists on calling the police. Ken Domik values his privacy. Ken Domik will not tolerate anyone invading his privacy. Ken Domik pixelates out his daughter Megan when he shoots video of her when they get together for family things, because Ken Domik has to treat himself and his own family differently. He doesn't care about other people. He's got the money from monetization on YouTube to enjoy a brand new vehicle. And Ken Domik selects the option of privacy because Ken Domik has that option at his disposal.
These were already tinted. It's dirty right now because it rained. There's the back end.
For Ken Domik, privacy is very important. When he produces his videos and there is a license plate visible on his vehicle, he makes sure that it is none of your business because you do not need to know what his license plate number is. You will not get to write it down. You will not get to go and do an abstract on his plate number and find out more about him. You do not get to know. It is nothing that concerns you, and there is nothing to see here. You will not know what Ken Domik's license plate is. It is none of your business. It's all just for you and just for you. And Ken Domik is here to make his money, and his private life, and what he has in his vehicle is none of your business. Thanks very much. That is the way it is. Ken Domik prefers privacy. This is not for you to be involved with.
It's all-wheel drive. This will only open if the key is close to it. If I didn't have my key on me, I wouldn't be able to get in there, so other people can't get in there unless they pried it open with a screwdriver. And that's the front end. Pretty car. Very nice.
The new vehicle is very nice. Ken Domik prefers brand new. Ken Domik prefers a vehicle that costs $40,000 Canadian, which is the Volkswagen Tiguan Highline. And what he has on his license plate is none of your business. None of your business, people. None of your beeswax. You stay away. This license plate is quite private. Thank you very much for that. None of your business, people. Ken Domik is here to make his money. Well, you have to work at a normal job. And Ken Domik shuts down other channels with fraudulent copyright strikes because Ken Domik will not tolerate any criticism. Ken Domik gets to criticize others. He will say what he feels needs to be said. And if any of you here want to comment on this channel with me and criticize him, Ken Domik reserves the option to shut this channel down with fraudulent copyright strikes. And his license plate is none of your affair.
Got hit a bug. I was going to clean it before I did the full review of this. The lights actually turn when the wheel turns, so when you're turning a corner, an extra light. It's all LED. Very cool. Another cool feature is I can swipe my foot along the bottom.
When you buy a $40,000 brand new vehicle, it comes with many technological features. And one of them is swiping your foot underneath the bumper and having the rear hatch open. What you people who have to work normal jobs do not get is access to the Ken Domik license plate, which is none of your business. Do you understand? Ken Domik prefers privacy. You will not be able to sit here on YouTube and get his license plate. That is none of your business. Thank you for your cooperation.
And it will open. That's where I'm going to keep all my stuff. Just returning a toy that I bought because we bought something else instead. So this will be, when I bring all these bags out, before I had to put them down, press the button on the back of the Suzuki, it would open up. I could dump all my stuff in there and then I'd have to shut it. But now I can just swipe my foot. It'll open with like all the bags in my hand. Don't have to put them down. And it's got two buttons on this car. One will shut it and one is a delayed. I think it's a 40-second delay. So I could press that, grab all my stuff, and as I walk away from it, it will shut, which is really, really cool and handy.
Our Ken Domik needs to buy more and more equipment because he has lots of money to spend while you have to work a normal job. And Ken Domik preserves his dignity. Ken Domik enjoys his privacy. When he decides to flex his brand new vehicle for you with this video, he prefers the option of not letting you know what his license plate is, because that is the way Ken Domik wants it. I'm going to tell you, for the fourth time, the license plate of Ken Domik for his vehicle is none of your business. Thank you for your cooperation. Now this is why my reaction video takes so long, because I make the best reaction style videos on YouTube. And other people just, run it and they talk in front of it, make little comments, or what do you want me to do? Like just to run this and go, hey Ken, you should not have done that. Ken sucks. Really, people, that is not good to do. I'm going to give you every step of the way. I give you the receipts. So Ken feels for himself that license plates on vehicles are very private and they must be wiped from the videos because the privacy of people must be protected. Yet he doesn't feel that way about other people. So we're just about to have the accident, and Ken walked up there. He didn't help. Paul didn't help. They walked away so they could come around this truck. He shot video of a disabled person's vehicle. He gave you the license plate. He laughed at the person twice. And now, the accident is about to take place. And it keeps getting worse for what he did.
Holy shit.
Ken Domik got what he wanted. He was just like 1 second too late. And what he was looking for was to get the crash site. And just as he was coming around the truck, that's when it hit. So there he is, like, 1 second after it happened. And let me notice, you can go back if you want to, and you can watch Paul jump like a little girl. That's how people are. I mean, if you're going to stand there and make fun of somebody else, like, really? You're a wimp yourself. So, like, you can go back and check that later. Like, I can't make him jump, because I gotta go forward with this. So he jumps like a little girl. And, so Ken got the footage what he wanted. He didn't want to help the man. He wanted this footage here. Ken Domik wanted the crash footage to exploit and use on YouTube to make money. So if he would have got it there like a second earlier, he would have got the whole thing. So the crash happened just as he was coming around the truck. And you can see there the disabled symbol there. So there's another reminder, that's a disabled person's truck that Ken Domik is shooting without that person's consent or knowledge with the footage he's getting. And it gets worse. You see Canadian Tire in the background? Because Ken, he just keeps doing this. He uses private property as a set piece for a movie that he makes for himself and adds to YouTube to make money with. And it makes it a lot better if you got something big and important there. It's like Canadian Tire. Like if he were to shoot this on the side of the street somewhere, it's not as compelling. So Ken Domik is shooting entertainment footage on private property without permission. There's no way that Canadian Tire Corporation gave Kenneth Bernard Domik permission to shoot this and post it on YouTube and make money with it. So Ken Domik is violating the property rights of Canadian Tire. He's violating the privacy of the senior citizen who's off in the, backing into the truck. He's violating the privacy of the disabled person. And now he's gonna move in closer to get another angle. And Paul starts to pull at his camera too. These guys are just garbage. What do you expect this from Ken? I'm just disappointed that Paul is right in on this. And this video is going to get worse because I make the best reaction videos on YouTube. Come on, let's do this now. That is almost missed and out of the frame. That is like a split second. Ken is on his way, like a naughty little boy, to run between those two trucks with his video camera to shoot more footage of the senior citizen who just damaged his own vehicle and just damaged the vehicle that is owned by the disabled man. And Ken's gonna walk right by that disabled symbol. And there is Paul Merriman of the Tickled Toad in Newmarket, Ontario, whipping out his camera because he wants in on the fun too. If any of you watching this are old enough to have like kids, and let's say you got a 10-year-old son or a 12-year-old son, and he has a camera phone, and he takes it out, and he starts shooting videos and taking pictures, you would say to that boy, stop that. It is rude. It is mean. Ken and Paul are in their early 50s, and look what they're doing. They wouldn't rush up to prevent this with Ken leading the two of them. They are going to rush up to enjoy shooting footage. I don't know what to say, this is like over an hour. It had to be over an hour. Like, there should be a fine for this. YouTube should fine Ken Domik around $2,000 American and say, until you pay this fine, you are not monetized. Because we cannot have content like this behind ads from Sony Pictures and other companies that produce video games and movies. I mean, look at this garbage. Leave a comment here, please, and thanks. Because when Ken Domik says to you on his channel, what do you like with a burger? Coke or pizza? Let me know. He doesn't want you to let you know anything. He doesn't care what soft drink you like. And if you criticize him, he removes a comment. And if you come back and criticize him again, he bans you from his channel. So say something here. Because what more can I say? I'm the one that I've worked on this thing. And it's like, there's no way this should be allowed to make money on YouTube. This is disgraceful material. Remember what I told you earlier? And the reasons why this reaction had to be more than an hour? Because it had to be this long in order to explain to you just how bad the material that Ken Domik produced is. I like to say it was, yet it's not. It is, because it remains on his channel. It keeps making him money. He gave it a sexy title. Said, oh, wow, there's an accident. And be like, oh, wow, there's an accident? And people are clicking on it, and Ken Domik's making money. Ken Domik is giggling and getting his money from YouTube, from the AdSense opportunity that he has with the monetization of the channel. He's making money off of this. And remember when I showed you earlier that Ken Domik prefers to keep his license plate private? And that for those of you who are watching this on a tiny mobile device, I'm going to give you a little close-up to show you just how bad this material is. Ken Domik shoots footage of a senior citizen in distress, and he shares his license plate with everyone else who wants it. Could be that some of you might say, calling Ken Domik a sociopath, that's a bit much. No, it is not. Because he takes very careful time and work to make sure that no one gets his license plate. Yet for other people, while he's in the same editing bay putting this together, he could not care any less. We are almost done, and I'm saving the best to last, friends. Now, do you remember earlier on when I played the sappy music? And it was sappy music. And I showed the cartoons of the grandfathers. It could even be your father if you're a bit older, and your father is a bit older. There was a reason for that. And it just so happens the very last part of the footage is the very worst part of the material that Ken Domik published and made money from. Now I want you to think of your grandfather or any other older man that you know. This senior citizen just embarrassed himself. And he's got two mean, rotten people standing behind him with video cameras shooting footage. And do you see off to the left by the area where Ken and Paul were? They could have walked over and said, please excuse us, sir. You're about to back up into that truck. And they could have stopped it. And the senior citizen could have said, thanks. And they said, yeah, you're a little too close there. Oh, I almost drove into that truck. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys. And everybody could have, been friendly. You know what this means? When you're an older gentleman and you do stuff like this? It means you gotta go explain it to the family or the insurance company. Or he has to wait for the person who owns the truck to come out. Or maybe he goes back in and he says, Canadian Tire, please make an announcement. I damaged someone else's truck. And he feels like less of a man. And he's humiliated, he's embarrassed. And because he is a senior citizen, maybe this is the moment his kids are going to say, well, I guess it's time for you to stop driving. There's a person driving that van right now who feels terrible. His feelings are hurt, he's embarrassed, he's humiliated. And he would feel that way even without Ken Domik and Paul Merriman shooting video of him from the rear. And that's what they're doing to him right now. How would you like it if that was you driving that van? You embarrass yourself. And now maybe your family says, well, it's time for you to stop driving. Or maybe you just tell it to yourself. Maybe you say, that's it, I'm taking myself off the road. I can't even get myself out of a parking lot properly. If you're human, you're feeling sad right now. I feel sad about it. I'm angry that Ken Domik did this. And that's why I want you to look at this scene right here. A disabled man had his truck damaged. Ken Domik shoots it for sport. He reveals both of the license plates of these people. And there's somebody driving the van on the right, feeling ashamed, humiliated, embarrassed. And he's got Ken Domik and his friend Paul both shooting video of him. Let's just finish this off.
We witnessed an accident.
I'm glad I was videotaping that. That was
exciting.
That was exciting. Starting our trip off with a nice car crash. Anyway, so I guess, like I said,
Luckily, it was a pickup truck. There's no scratch on it.
Not a scratch on the
Took out his
pickup truck.
lens, It was plastic on metal.
Poor guy. If it was because he was old, I didn't know what to do.
What do you mean you didn't know what to do? Everyone knows what to do. You go over there and help. You don't shoot video of it, and then take it home and edit it, and put it together and publish it and give it a sexy title and make money off of it, you piece of crap! You know, it was, this quote that I heard years and years ago. It said, we're all here to help each other. And you know what? It was Leo Buscaglio who said it. They used to call him Dr. Love. And he said, you know, if you're not going to help, can you at least not hurt? And Ken Domik and you too, Paul, neither one of you helped. So if you're not going to help, could you at least not hurt? If you're not going to help, just keep walking. See, I don't want to get involved with any of this. Let's just get in our truck and drive and then go do our fun stuff for the channel, alright? No, the two of you hung around and you hurt. And Ken Domik, I don't know what to do. Well, I'm telling you what to do, Ken Domik. I'm telling you too, Paul, what to do. You take that video off YouTube. Because it's wrong to have it on there. You got two people's license plate. You got a senior citizen in distress. You use them for entertainment to make money. So now you know. And I know that you're checking this video, Ken. I didn't know what to do. I'm telling you what to do. You take that video off. And that goes for you too, Paul. You think they're going to take it off? No. Ken never takes anything down. Because his channels are all monetized. And after he publishes something, it becomes part of his back catalog. And it all makes money. Even makes a dime. That's how much he cares for other people's feelings. It's not even worth a dime to him. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. Yeah, you don't know what to do? Keep walking. Say you don't want to get involved. No, I know what to do. I run over there with my camera. Shoot footage. Just finish this video.
And like you said, there's no damage to the truck. Zero. And he just broke his own backup lens. Alright, seatbelts, let's get going.
There you go, Ken. You got some bonus footage of somebody else having a hard time. And you got it saved on the chip on your little camera there. And what you just said, that, oh well, there wasn't any damage to the other, that there was damage to both trucks, you idiot. And you know there was damage to both trucks, you idiot. He said, oh well, let's put on our seatbelts and let's go have fun. And that's how the rest of the video went. Guys, if you want to watch Ken, he just packed up, that's it, okay, off we go. And Ken is a liar, and what he's doing there is damage control and mitigating what he did. Which is like, oh well, you know, there's no damage, it's all okay. Oh well, well, I didn't know what to do. And because he knows what he just did was horrible. And he's going to use the footage anyway. And Ken is lazy, right? And he's not going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to make this look better. So it's just, well, he knows he's gonna just like look at him, look at his face. You know he's gonna that he's gonna use this footage. He knows that he's gonna use this footage. We all know he's gonna use the footage. He's thinking to himself, I scored with some footage, and he's already thinking when he gets back to his shack in the elf village, he's gonna give it a sexy title. Says there's a car accident. And people are going to click on it, he's going to get money out of it. What kind of a creature does that? And you guys, who get what I'm doing here, understand it properly. And there may be a few of you there who are looking saying, how could you call Ken Domik a sociopath? It was pretty mean, he shot some footage. It's like, no, he made money off of this. Why do I call Ken Domik a sociopath? Because normal people who have feelings don't do this to other people. They don't embarrass and humiliate some senior citizen and publish the footage on YouTube and make money with it. Creatures such as Ken Domik don't have any feelings for other people. And you could still say to me that it is too much to say that. No, he's not a sociopath. Ken is not crazy. What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense to say that Ken Domik is a sociopath. He's not that bad. On second thought, yes, he is that bad. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm not criticizing him to make myself look silly. This reaction has taken me a long time to work on. And I'm going to play footage from Ken Domik that Dame Drops would never say, and Eric Sir 6 would never say, and JP would never say, and Julia would never say, and any other foodie channel person that you go to would ever say. Ken is not being funny when he says, with the footage I'm about to play for you, which proves that he really is a sociopath. Only a sociopath would say this.
I own you. You're mine. 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 I own you.